Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, aka Tony, here with some of my best friends, Doughy, Pucho, and Mateo. And by the way, today's a special day because it's Mateo's birthday. Happy birthday, Mateo, you old fuck.
Birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
I guess I am the old man of the crew here, huh?
Yeah.
How old you turning? 43?
35, dude. Not quite 43 yet.
That's a thing.
Added extra.
Nah, it's all
years.
good. In 2 months, I'll be turning 31. So
Ooh.
we're all going up in numbers.
Are you the oldest out of y'all's group?
I think I'm the youngest guy.
I'm 32. Oh, I'm going to be 32 this year.
When's your birthday?
Wow,
No,
My birthday's today, dude.
no,
We
his
just talked about
birthday's
that.
No, his birthday's in November.
that's crazy.
That's, you know what I mean? After so long of being friends.
I'm older than you.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm the eldest. I'm the Elder Scrolls. I'm Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I'm Elder Scrolls Oblivion. You guys are just Skyrim.
Wow.
Skyrim's a better game.
Not if
I don't
Doughboy's
like
playing
Elder
it.
Scrolls, man. I played Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, and they're just not for me.
I know that Doughy liked Oblivion a lot because you could level up your jump and jump on top of buildings.
That was
Oh
the
my-
coolest thing in the world to me.
No, it
'Cause
wasn't.
It was yes, it is. Here's the cool thing about Oblivion and Morrowind. Those games were more geared towards like old school D&D, where you could like create a character and be like, "Oh, my character's a merchant, and he's gonna do this and that, and this is who your character is." You know what I mean? So, I enjoyed that more than
I didn't enjoy it at all. Me and Pucho would sit on the couch and just watch you do this all day. Everywhere he went, it was a hop. I was
I
like,
also-
what the fuck?
I also have a fixation on jumping in video games. If a video game doesn't have a jump button, I'm already turned off. Like, it's weird.
Remember that Half-Life thing, the exploit that the speedrunners use, where if you jump backwards, it increases the speed of Gordon Freeman?
Yeah, the bunny hop. That shit was in I don't know. It has something to do with like how you program like an FPS game. But it was bunny hopping was something that was common across like the early Half-Life games. Like I think Quake had it.
Tribes. Tribes was all about that shit, the bunny hopping and skiing.
You don't remember Unreal Tournament? They had the railgun servers, just the railgun, and everybody hopping around.
I like the sniper and bazooka, I think, servers for Unreal Tournament. It's something like that. It was just snipers and rocket launchers.
That shit sounds like a fucking ugly shit show of shit.
Dude, I was always an Unreal Tournament dude rather than Quake. Like that was my favorite one.
I've never played Quake.
I didn't really play a
all the
lot of
same.
Quake.
You move really fast and you shoot people.
hmm
It's-
Just a twitchy FPS game.
Mhm.
So
Now that
I'll say this though. The one thing that I'm with Doughy that I do find the idea that you could like level up a jump to be like kind of interesting. Like because I remember like when I would play San Andreas, right? Back in the day, right? The Grand Theft Auto game. The first thing that I would do, literally opening mission, as soon as I got on foot, you could just move freely. I would go and steal a bicycle and I would just ride the bicycle because the more you ride the bike, you level up your bike skill. Once me and Ray would do this all the time. Once you hit peak like bike skill, the hop on the bike was so high that you'd be riding down these like LA streets and you could just hop right on top of like an overpass. So like the highway will be here, you'll just bunny hop like 30 feet in the air.
that's
It was insane. I just the first thing I did in San Andreas was like I'd level up my bunny hopping, then I'd go to the beach and just dive under the water and stay there because then you'd get like more stamina and like lung capacity, and then I'd go to the gym and make him like maximum buff, and then I don't have to do any of this grindy shit. The rest of the game I just play. And that you could run forever, but like you'd ride a bike, you could hop anywhere you want on top of houses.
Knock a
Didn't it
man
go-
out with one punch.
didn't it go down over time though? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it would go down over time, but
It
like,
was real slow though.
once you put in that early work, after that it's like a 2-minute thing of just like every like dozen hours. You're like, all right, let me just hop around for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I like that shit because there was one time where I just said, fuck, I'm gonna make this dude overweight as fuck. And I just kept I just kept eating fast food and fast food. No workout, no nothing. The dude was huge.
Was there any statistical advantage to being overweight in that game? Give you more health or something?
You took more bullet damage.
Hmm.
That just made that up. That was not true.
No, I think it might be true. Dude, I remember the lead up to San Andreas was crazy, dude. I remember reading about like how bullet damage will work. Like if you shot someone in the leg, they might not die, but if you shot them in the chest, they would. I remember thinking that shit was so novel because, again, back in them days, man, the games just weren't that. The systems weren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
San Andreas didn't deliver like that quality of stuff that I remember reading in like Game Informer and shit like that. But
dude, Game Informer hyped up every game that was coming out though. Like every game was gonna break your brain. Like you've never seen systems like this in a game before.
It was almost a blessing in disguise, though, because look, we haven't gotten a Grand Theft Auto game, and it's about to be 10 years or something like that. And back then, we were getting Grand Theft Auto games like every other year. Every like 2 or 3 years, we was getting like a quality title. Even the ones for PSP were good. The Liberty City Stories and the
it was all right.
On the go. Like
what is Rockstar working on right now, though? Like, there's got to be a Grand Theft Auto game in
they're
development,
working
right?
on making more money off Grand Theft Auto 5.
Fucking GTA Online, dude.
they released Red Dead 2, and they're like, it's okay. We're still making bank on GTA Online. Like, no,
that's crazy.
I haven't played GTA Online like that at all.
We were playing a lot for a while. That game is a lot of fun if you got a good group to play with.
Yeah, I remember when the heist first came out, we hopped online with you because you had been playing it. We played, I think, one heist, and then I think we just never played it again.
We gave shit to Doughy last time about spending $200, $240 or whatever on South Park Phone Destroyer. I have bought Grand Theft Auto 5 3 times.
Jesus.
I think the first time I got the collector's edition, I've got a box somewhere behind me. So like I spent $100 on that or 150 or something. Then I bought it again on PlayStation 4, and then I bought it on PC. So I've bought that game 3 times.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I bought it twice. I bought it on PS3 and on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking dumb. I remember seeing the first person like camera on the PS4 one, and I was like, "Oh shit, that looks crazy." I'll buy it to beat it in first person. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't like GTA 5. I didn't like it. I haven't honestly. I haven't liked the Grand Theft Auto games in San Andreas. As crazy as that sounds, I just haven't beat them. Like I didn't finish Grand Theft Auto 4. I didn't finish Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS3, and I got even less far. I've made less progress on the PS4 one. So
GTA 4 was all right. I like the Ballad of Gay Tony a lot.
Oh yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, that's fire.
Crack.
And I did like GTA 5 a lot. Funny enough, you guys were watching Snowpiercer or are watching Snowpiercer. Did you recognize Trevor in
Yes.
in Snowpiercer?
Yes, I did.
That's him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him.
Pike. It's fucking Pike. Holy shit. I'm like, where do I know this guy from? I'm like, this guy's voice. I'm like, his acting style seems. I'm like, where do I know this guy from? But I don't remember seeing him in a movie. It's fucking Trevor.
Yeah.
Yep.
He also went. He also went
playing the
full ball.
Snowpiercer version of Trevor too.
Pike's arc in Snowpiercer is pretty cool. Even in the second season, I've been watching a lot. His arc in that season is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hate him.
What?
Why?
The man's a local hood drug dealer.
Sorry, who's Pike?
Pike is the guy who, at the end of the first season, kind of betrays him, or like,
Right, exactly. Yeah,
offers
I hate
up on
him.
a plate.
I hate that guy. Yeah.
But
He sucks.
really, all around character, just not good.
I mean, I didn't see season 2, so maybe
I haven't
there's
seen season 2
maybe
yet.
there's additional character development there. But just from in the first episode, I think they put him to sleep in the very first episode, or maybe the second episode, right?
Yeah.
He already was trying to betray the main character off rip, like in that opening segment. And in that moment, it's a little bit more understandable. And he basically tells him, "Yo, we're gonna put you to sleep. We're gonna figure this shit out. Like we're gonna like." And the dude basically complies to say, "All right, if you think this is gonna help us tailies, then let's do it." And then what happens? he delivers on everything. They take over the whole fucking train and everything. And then when he wakes up, what does he do? He betrays him? The shit is baffling to me.
Mhm.
He delivered on the ultimate promise. The Tailies run the motherfucking train, and this motherfucker betrays him. To me, that shit was nuts. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was lame. The guy's a piece of shit.
If I'm not correct, like the very next episode, he kind of just tells him, and then he kind of is just like, all right, like it doesn't really make a big deal out of it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
But it pissed me off. I don't
just
like
think
betrayal.
the Tailies have like had nothing. Also, I also don't want to drop a spoiler for next season because they do build on his character, and it does show why he's like the outcast of even the Tailies.
And
Kinda
season 2 is
don't
still in
fuck with-
progress, right?
Yeah, it's
they're
not
dropping
done.
every week. They're dropping an episode. I've been staying up with it. Fantastic. Second season, Sean Bell, perfect Mr. Wilford. What a creepy asshole.
Sean Bell?
Sean Bell is Mr. Wilford.
Sean Bean?
My bad. Sean Bean.
I'm just wondering. I don't know the
Sean Bean.
actor.
Sean
Ned
Bean.
Stark.
Yes.
Trevelyan from Golden.
Holy shit, that is Ned Stark.
Boromir from Lord
What?
of the Rings.
I was trying to
Wait.
figure out where I know this fucking face from. And holy shit.
The honorable
It's the
Ned.
fucking beard and the head. Bro, that shit threw me off. Now I know. Wow, this show's amazing.
And
Yeah.
Tony sounds real buffled about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
yeah,
fucking
super buffled.
David Diggs, Leighton, by far one of my favorite characters I've watched on TV in a very long time. Movie.
He was in
Yo, I
Hamilton.
love his eyes. I love his eyes, bro.
that motherfucker got crazy.
Bro, it's so intense. Some of his scenes
The fuck?
are so intense because of it.
Have you not
see this
seen that
shit?
guy's eyes? Every time he's shocked about something, all he could do is open them like to fucking lemur levels of eye openings. And then he just stares at you until you're overwhelmed by the pressure, where you either try to assault him or you back down. That's how all the scenes in Snowpiercer play out.
God
He
damn it.
defeats-
That's all I'm gonna see now, dude.
I love David Diggs. I honestly I got super hyped watching Snowpiercer when I saw David Diggs was in it. I
He
watched. There's this other movie. Is it Blind Spotting? That movie's
Blindspotting.
awesome. Yeah, he plays a dude who's it's his last day of like he got like one more day of parole, right? And shit just kind of keeps happening where he's like every situation, like his friend got a gun, they get pulled over by a cop, the cops are harassing him, he's late getting home, like all these things keep happening, and he's about to like fuck up his parole and go back to jail type of shit.
Damn.
It is just it's a very simple movie. He works in like I think he's like a moving guy, like he helps move people. It's just a very basic plot like that. It was cool. And then he plays two characters on Hamilton. The play.
He plays Lafayette and
Thomas Jefferson.
gotcha.
Yeah, and he plays Thomas Jefferson really fucking good. Very ignorant. It's very funny.
I liked his Lafayette a lot. It's sort of like
I gotta
think he
watch
does. I think he raps in French at some point, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
you guys should watch Hamilton. That's just fire.
So on with the show. Doughboy, do you want to start off and explain how we all met, or should we just
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely. I'll bring you guys back. I just want to just close your eyes and think of a simpler time when we were all in middle school and we were all just little horny kids just trying to get another day through, all right? It's the first day of 6th grade. I'm coming in from 5th grade, all these bigger kids now. It's weird when you go through school, you're like start as the lowest level and then you're like the 5th graders and then you're looking down at all the kindergartners like what? You know what I mean?
Is that what you did? You were over there like checking the kindergartners?
It was only because it was like a rite of passage. Because when I came in, that's what they did to us in New York. Like the older kids are like just more aggressive for some reason. And then they're in New York, they have like these scissor stairwells, and you go up like that, and you keep going up like a scissor, and then in the middle you see the other side. It's like a gate. And it would always be right there that people would want to like talk mad shit and shit. So, anyways, that's New York. I had recently moved to Florida. 6th grade, I was probably a year or two into me being in Florida. So I sit down, I'm in math class. Mr. Bear, Mr. something like that. It was a Mr. I know it's a math teacher. I sit down, chilling. Tony gets sat right next to me. They sit him right next to me.
Poor guy.
Me not knowing that this would happen a lot in the future. And then I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Oh, what's up?" And that was the beginning of a beautiful relationship. We had ESE classes together. So we were the
What is ESE?
It's like the special class.
special class. We were in
That's where they put all the bad kids and all the slow kids in.
yeah,
Which one were you, Tony?
I was definitely a bad kid.
Yeah.
But everybody
was,
would like to make it. Look at the jokes. The jokes just come in.
I understand anything.
But
So I got like extra time on tests. That's like what you get a little extra time on tests and stuff like that. One time, my handwriting was pretty terrible when I was younger.
that's probably
Still
why they
is.
put you in there.
So I was able to get this lady from my FCAT to write my writing FCAT for me. All I had to do was tell her what to write. Oh, dude, I got a 6 on that shit. Like I got a high ass score on it because I was just able to say what I was thinking, and she just wrote everything down. So
So for those that don't know, the FCAT is like the Florida version of like a statewide, like a statewide test. I think it stands for the Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test or something. And basically, at various grades, if you don't pass this test, you just don't pass the grade.
Yep.
So
in Texas, ours is called TAAS, like TAAS, Texas Academic Assessment something. That probably not the
does
actual word,
everybody
something.
did everybody hate it? Like,
Oh, I mean, dude, that shit was cake though. Like, I mean, I had a different experience. I was in like the gifted and talented courses, so like, we basically didn't do any prep or anything for that shit.
in
We mostly
Florida,
played-
the schooling is so bad and education is so bad in Florida that the only thing anybody ever learns in school is how to pass this test. That's like maybe 90% of the curriculum that everybody experiences throughout their like all of their schooling is like what do you need to do to pass this test? Like,
that was the focus for like 99% of the school. Honestly, like I mean that's Texas education in a nutshell. It's just prepping for
So
whatever
going
statewide
back,
mandated thing they have.
going back on the Doughboys meetup, I was in Orlando for 6th grade. Like the first half of I took my first half of 6th grade in Orlando. Moved from Orlando back down to Lake Worth, and the second half of the 6th grade is where I met Doughboy.
oh really? So that was the middle of the school year.
Yeah, I didn't meet you first day in 6th grade because we lived in Orlando, and I already started middle school in Orlando. And this is why it's funny because over there I don't know why, maybe in that school there was no special classes or anything ESC or anything like that in Orlando. Came down here, moved, got put in the class first day, didn't know what the fuck class. I'm just in the classes. Met, and I did sat next to Doughboy, and Doughboy
Wait, pause. These classes are for bad kids, and you got put there on your first day. How did they know you were a bad kid on the first day?
Bro,
Tony?
I
Criminal
don't.
record.
I'm letting you know,
Criminal
like,
record. No.
This was a
no, I was
different
bad.
class
In,
we
no,
went
I
to.
was kind of bad in Orlando. Like in Orlando, I had a detention and suspension for fighting doing stupid shit, like just whatever. And obviously that transfers when they see your report. That transfers with you. So whatever. So I get put back. I get in that class. I meet Doughboy, and we were just two fat little pudgy kids, and we became cool. Like we started talking and being disruptive and shit. And what class was? Oh, we was in I think it was a social study class though. We had Mills, Lizard Neck Mills. Remember that guy?
That was in high school. Yo,
No, that was not in high school. That was in middle school.
No,
That was
Lizard
Lakewood
Neck
Middle.
Mills, that is high school.
No, it wasn't. That was middle school though. I'm telling you. That because we had Freddie and all of them in that class though.
We went to middle school with Freddie,
Yes,
and we
that
went
was
to high school with Freddie and Lizard Neck Mills.
Lizard Neck Mills.
Okay, Tony.
All right, whatever. So, anyways, we met in that class. whatever, for years, whatever. And then one day I get to school early one time, and this is where I meet Pucho. It was in the gym.
Yeah. What grade?
That was 6th grade when I met
Sixth
Pucho.
grade. I also think it was before. You're saying that you did half of the school year.
Well,
in
not
Orlando?
the whole
I think
half.
It had to be
It was a. I started in Orlando, and then we moved down. I don't know if it was the exact half or a little bit before, but
yeah. I think it has to be less, only because like I remember like we used to go onto the school property like early and just sort of spread around the school, and people would get into fights and stuff like that in the back of the school by the portables and things like that. And then they locked the school down. So like then you weren't able to enter the property anymore. So that's why I'm pretty sure by the time it was halfway through 6th grade, I remember being upset because where we met, we didn't meet at Jam Club. That's where we like started like playing basketball and shit. We met just playing like Sting or Handball or something in the courtyard of the school. I don't know if you remember, like in that courtyard by the between the cafeteria and the gym, everybody used to just throw up. What would they used to call it?
I think it's Handball or Sting. Where you
because like, I growing up, we used to call this shit Sting, but I feel like in Florida they called it something else. It's escaping me. But basically, it's so stupid. You throw a ball against the wall like hard, and then it bounces off the wall. Someone attempts to catch the ball. If that person doesn't catch the ball,
you have to run up and touch the wall.
You have to run up and touch the wall before someone beams you with the ball. And that's literally the whole game. It's basically everybody just trying to hit each other with this ball.
Ours was that. We called it wall ball. But also, if you were running up, if they bounced the ball off the wall first, you had to line up on the wall, put your hands on the wall, and they got to take a free throw at you.
I remember
we used to do this. I just don't remember why. Maybe that was the rule.
Yeah, we called it wall ball, and we played this every damn recess. And somehow the teachers let us play this game where you would just line up people like a firing range and just launch a ball as hard as you could at their back.
Times
like in New York, we might have called this game booty in my neighborhood or something like that. Because then someone used to have to like just stay on the wall and just stay and let somebody just beam their ass with this ball.
I don't remember playing it like that.
No, you could always spot the mean kid because they went for the head. They went for that headshot. Nothing more frightening than having that ball whiz right by your ear and bounce off the wall when they miss.
That shit is sickening. You'd be like, damn, bro, you couldn't hit my back? No, you got to aim for the head.
Bro.
So that's where I met Pucho. In the courtyard. And I think they give out donuts too in the morning, Pucho.
Nah, that was Jam Club. Dude.
That was Jam Club?
So Jam Club, there was this guy, I don't remember his name, but I used to ride the bus to school. There was this kid, this white kid, Kyle, that he used to ride the bus with us. He lived by a church. And at this church, there was this guy, super nice guy. It always made me a little uncomfortable. Maybe this is fucked up to say, but I always found it a little weird that there was this grown-ass man just hanging out with a lot of kids. It just always, I never like, it's something about that seems so off to me that I just always felt uncomfortable. I never like
Was it that Javier guy? The weirdo guy that rides around Lake Worth?
No, I don't know who that is.
The Guatemalan guy. He just got accused of sexually touching some kid. He was a part of like the Guatemalan Mayan Center. You used to see him everywhere though. You used to see him volunteer a lot in schools and stuff like that as well. And it just came out that guy was.
Yeah, I feel like my mom's might have just told me something about this or something. Yep. I don't remember. But anyways, there's this guy. There's this other guy. He's a white man. He worked at the the church on 6th Ave, like right by PBCC when you're coming up that hill, right in that corner. He used to do something at this church. I don't know what it was, but some kind of like youth some shit. Anyways, he got some deal with the junior high school where we went to school, Lake Worth Middle. He had some kind of deal where basically he would get kids to go to school early, play basketball, and then he would give everybody donuts. Mm-hmm. It was this weird thing, but it was actually kind of cool because everybody used to be super hyped to go to school that day. Everybody used to, instead of getting into trouble before school, everybody went to class. They got to school early. It was like you got to be at school at like 7 a.m. or something, or 6 something, and you could play basketball for like an hour. And then everybody was hyped because everybody's hungry, right? We all want to eat all the time. So then it was free donuts.
Yep.
And that was Jam Club. The shit was fire. I love that shit.
What did JAM stand for?
No, Jesus and Me, I think. It was a Christian thing. I want to say that's
Gotcha.
what it stood for. So yeah, like I said, I think it's the Presbyterian Church or some shit. I don't know. And then it shit was weird. He used to make everybody pray either before we play basketball or before we got the donuts.
Can't do that shit now.
Well, he must have been unaffiliated with the school even back then.
He wasn't affiliated. I think he just got permission to use their gym and just some kind of like, because he used to bus us to school then too. Like I remember those days I used to walk to the church instead of the bus stop, and we used to get in his van and he used to drive us to the
That's
school.
so wild to think.
That's what I'm saying. The shit was weird. Like, and there was a lot of kids in the neighborhood that they used to hang out with the guy and shit like that. And again, as far as I know, super nice guy, just wanted the best for these kids growing up in these, ghetto neighborhoods and shit. I'm just saying that I always found that a little weird.
Yeah.
Just saying
guy
that
being around a lot of fucking 11, 12-year-old kids. I always found that odd.
You're saying there's an alternate universe out there where this story has a way different ending.
Unfortunately, yeah. I can't remember this guy's name either. That's
So
and then
good guy. I liked him. He was a nice guy.
And then
around this
Oh, go ahead, though.
around this time, sixth grade was I knew a bunch of people that put me onto like computers and computer games from my church that I was going to around that time, and they put me on a Counter-Strike, and they knew a guy that went onto the server and frequented at the server called Southern Alabama Noob Fest. And from my knowledge, he right around the time I started playing there, him and G-Man got into an argument or some shit like that, and him and G-Man like didn't like each other around that time. So
G-Man didn't like someone. That sounds so rare.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think his tag was like OE800 or something like that. He used to go into the server, but right around the time I got in there was when he stopped. So I started going in there, one of the most insane servers I had ever been to, but it was almost like the reason I kept coming back was I was like experiencing things and hearing things and gaining so much knowledge. Even like I didn't know what like racism to that level. Like I've never heard somebody spam the N-word on the mic and stuff like that. And it was just like foreign to me, like what was happening in the server.
That place was the Wild West. Like you could meet some really damn cool people there, but man, was there just some unchecked racism and like bunch of white people claiming that their racism was ironic. And no, it's not real racism. I'm just saying the N-word because other people get offended by the N-word. It's like, well, you're still saying the N-word though, buddy.
A lot of edgelords lived in that server.
Yeah, and this was like if 4chan had created a Counter-Strike server. That's what Southern Alabama Noob Fest became.
That shit
so
ridiculous.
After frequenting at that server for like a while, man, I'm talking about years and years. I met him like on the first or second year, and then we got into, if I'm not correct, I made a clan.
G-Man?
No, Mateo. I met Mateo. I'm there.
But so Mateo is G-Man?
No, G-Man is Adam.
No, I was Bandito. On those days.
Yeah, and he also had like his girlfriend at the time that used to Miss Bandita.
She was the Bandita.
Yeah, so it was cool with that. And then me and my brother would be on there all the time.
My brother.
So he knew my brother. Everybody knew my brother. And
the Joker and Doughboy, and those two were. You guys never played at the same time, right?
At one point we couldn't because we would use the same computer. But then my brother built me a computer from his old parts.
That's the first time I ever heard your mom too, because she would be yelling in the background constantly.
What?
Hey, you better be careful. You better be careful, Mateo. She's watching these pods. You better be careful.
What's going on here? No, she'll attest. Like some of the shit she heard there was like, what are these people talking about? And everybody would go ape shit when they heard that in the server. People will be typing, laugh out loud, because there's a lot of people. There was a few people that never had mics, and we would just know them by them typing in chat, and we knew that they didn't have mics and stuff like that.
Yeah, Spork was one of those. And man, I forget the other dude's name. He was notorious though, because he would get these crazy high kill counts. But he had the shittiest internet in the world, and that's the reason he would get these crazy high kill counts, because his
remember.
character would just skip around like 10 feet at a time. It's like, can't kill this dude. He's in the Matrix, basically.
Never kill him.
Man, I forget that dude's name. I was good buddies with that guy for a little
Oh
while.
man, I know exactly who you're talking about. but his
Howdy? Is it
name-
Howdy?
Yes, I think so. It was Howdy. Yep.
Yeah, Howdy,
Wow.
all lowercase capital Y, I think, or some shit like
Mhm.
that.
So then you guys
Yes.
met playing Counter-Strike?
Yep.
Counter-Strike 1.6.
I didn't actually meet these guys until 2015. I met them in 2003, 2004. I never actually met them till like 2015 when Adam G-Man kept hitting me up like, yo, come down, chill with us, see what's up. Especially after my brother had passed, I was going through a lot. And I think it was a very nice gesture. G-Man bought me a ticket going and coming, and he's like, yo, just you stay at my house. And that's how I was able to meet Mateo. I was able to know all of them. My first blackout drunk experience was there.
Oh my God, that 6th Street night was intense. Doughy was my favorite blackout drunk person ever, by the way, because we're just walking down 6th Street, which is this area in Austin where it's just bars. Like it's just this huge pub crawl. You want to do like the full pub crawl and crawl to every bar there, you're gonna die because there's so many of them. But Doughy was blackout drunk. He'd been blackout drunk for a while, but we're walking down the street and there's just these gorgeous college girls like walking by us, and we're like, I'm late 20s or mid 20s or something like that when you finally met us.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
I was like
And-
25.
And Doughy's
24.
just going up to these girls and he's got his hands. He's like, I just want to say thank you. And they're like, what the fuck? And he's like, for being so beautiful.
Like, mama, thank you so much. Like, I was so drunk. Didn't I go to a Whataburger? I never ate a Whataburger. Apparently I did, and I threw up all over the place in front of cops.
100%. Yeah.
What the
All over.
fuck?
Everything. I didn't
Yo.
even remember it.
Shout out Whataburger, right? I didn't have Whataburger till 2015, 16, 17, something like that. Shit is good. I'd put it up there as like under McDonald's, maybe, but like in that area above. I'd go to Whataburger before like Wendy's and Burger King.
Huh.
And they got a fat burger too. They giving you them thick old patties. They're like them fat boys. Not it ain't no real burger type of shit, but it's fast food shit.
Yeah, Torchy's Tacos was another one that I was like, this is where it's at.